Hey folks, my name's Derek Johnson. I wanted to get on here today and just talk about a little bit about my story, perhaps. Meaning, like, I've been trying to. I started my own business back in February of this year, 2024, and it's now September. Boy, it's tough. Now, mind you, my business that I started, perhaps I'm a bit nuts, and you know what? I accept that. Perhaps I'm a bit crazy for trying to start my own crawl space moisture control company, but that's exactly what I did. I've been doing crawl space moisture control for almost 7 years total now. December will be 7 years, and I decided to go out on my own, though, after well over 2 years of thinking about it. I tried multiple different things. I left the one company I was at for 5 years, accepted a position with a second company that promised me bigger and better, better pay. Anyway, it was the most miserable 7 months of my life, though, that I put in with the second organization. Anyway, all this being said, like, I probably close to 3 years, honestly, of wanting to go out on my own and no longer work for the man, and all that kind of crap. And it's not just about not wanting to work for the man. It truly is, my main reason truly is the freedom, though. It's the freedom. They say that a good majority of business owners and entrepreneurs, I don't know why I'm doing air quotes, but good majority of business owners, it is the freedom, so to speak, that they are after more than anything else. And it's absolutely true. That's exactly what I was seeking. Freedom from the freedom to make my own decisions day in and day out, my own schedule, my own workforce, my own business, decisions and what have you. Freedom, man. But it absolutely comes with a cost. I don't have all the wonderful benefits that I used to have with these large corporations. But you know what? Well, hold on. Let me keep going down that trail. So what I'm lacking from moving from working for the man, right? These large corporations. So I'm lacking, good health insurance worked in, right? I had great health, vision, dental, the whole 9 yards. I was able to get LASIK surgery at that company with a health savings account. Anyway, and I could do all this stuff on my own, but well, I'll get to that. Anyway, so I'm lacking all that stuff. 401k, I had a Roth 401k that was good, and the company did a pretty good match, dollar for dollar, first 3%, if I remember correctly, and then 50 cents on the dollar for 4% and 5%. And when you do the math, if I remember all this stuff correctly, I was doing 5%, and they were, that was my contribution, and or did I say that right? Anyway, 5%. So, anywho, I was basically getting the top match from the company as the most I could, and anyway, had that going for over 5 years at that company, and I think about that all the time. Like, man, I gotta get back to contributing to that as much as I can. But now it's going to be all on my own. No company matching of any kind, of course. So that's a bit of a sting. It truly is. That's a bit of a sting for me. But the goal is certainly to get to the point where I can absolutely not only start contributing back to that on my own, but also hopefully look into even further investing with a professional and someone who knows what they're doing. Anyway, so business ownership. It's now been, since February. Like I said, it's now September 2024. Man, it's been rough, 7 months. It seems, it's very strange. Like, I've done very, very, very little marketing of any kind. I tried some of the, for a few months, I tried some, paid ads on different social media things, and I'll probably get back into that eventually, but for right where I'm at right now, it's like consistency of work coming in just has not been there. It's really strange, but it's been like every other month is good, every other month is not. I'm not sure what's going on and why that is. I've looked at myself, my own performance. Sure, I may have been slacking a little bit here and there, but yeah, I don't know. But anyway, back to the marketing thing. So I even tried like a little bit of Yelp, Yelp.com marketing. Dude, I paid like $2,000 and got one lead out of it. So obviously, I shut that down immediately. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I technically had 3 leads reach out. 2 of them were completely non-applicable because they were looking for something totally different than what we do. The other lead did turn into a paid job, but again, 1 job. 3 total leads, 1 job for just a little under $2,000. So I'm like, yeah, thanks Yelp, we're good, bye-bye. Anyway, that being said, I was more than frustrated with that. And in talking with other like contractor buddies and stuff like that, one in particular recommended that I not do that kind of, marketing anyway, unless I got like really out there and business was really, really good for some time. Then you can start looking into that kind of stuff. But like paid leads and stuff is not the way to go when you're first getting started. And I didn't do that right at the beginning anyway. Anyway, probably 90%, I don't know the actual percentage, haven't done the math, but probably around 90% of the work that we have done, the jobs that we have done since February, last 7 months, have been word of mouth, which is cool. And I think that's the best way to do it. Again, though, that brings me back to, so why has it been every other month? Every other month, jobs come in. Every other month, they just don't. I don't understand what's going on there. And could that be just coincidence? Sure, I guess it could be, but I don't know. It just seems strange to me. So I've been trying to think of ways and do research and my due diligence, if you will, like what's going on here, and I've had good wise people who have been there and done that in business and stuff. I have multiple mentors that give me advice here and there. And anyway, so with the lack of consistency with work coming in, I still don't have a single employee because I've not had consistent enough jobs coming in with the moisture control to pay employees consistently, right? So I can't put someone on the payroll just to, the next month I can't pay you, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So it's been like, holy, what am I doing here? So anyway, but thankfully I do have helpers who are absolutely willing to just help me as needed. They have full-time jobs, but they help me as needed, as I need them, and they're absolutely more than willing to come and do it because I pay them well for the work that they do for me. That being said, at this point, they've just been paid under the table because, again, it's not enough work coming in. I need to somehow get over that threshold of, I got to keep pushing and try even harder, and I don't know, just do like thousands of cold calls every month or something to random phone numbers throughout the upstate, which, by the way, I've done a lot of that too, and I hate it, but I have gotten, I think, I got 2 jobs in one, father-daughter, 2 different homes, 2 different jobs from the result of those calls. I'm trying to remember. I think there was a 3rd job that came from those cold calls as well. In a relationship, there's like a professional and spiritual relationship made there. A guy that I meet with almost weekly as a result of those calls. So, I've seen good things happen from those cold calls, but man, and the way that came about is I got lists of, I don't know, hundreds, thousands, I don't even know how many random people throughout the upstate of South Carolina, paid a little bit of money, not a lot, but a little bit of money to get these leads. And I don't even, I wasn't able to like pick and choose like criteria on that or anything, or like the demographics of that list or anything. So, I've gotten people on those calls saying, "Oh well, I actually live in an RV, so not applicable for us. We're looking for crawl space homeowners." So it's not like I was able to pick and choose crawl space owners, But anyway, of course, even the ones that are not applicable, that would not need a free crawl space inspection or any of our services, obviously that leads to, well, if you know of anyone else, yada, 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 stuff like that. So it's all good. There's still things that could happen even from the ones that don't have a crawl space home, of course. But yeah, there's a part of that, the whole cold call thing, that is a little fun. And I record the different responses, not physically like record the audio. I just mean I write down all the responses. Yes, no, but I may know someone, whatever the response is, I write little notes on each and every call, including no answer or left voicemail or, texted back that they would call me back. There's all kinds of different responses that I write down, but I keep track of all that so that I can look back and go, well, out of 50 calls I made today, out of 50 calls I made today, you know, I can track the numbers and everything. And I've even kind of done some experiments with with lots of different things in terms of when I sit down to start making these calls, I have a smile on my face every single time I call. Every time I put those digits in and hit call, I make sure that I'm sitting upright. I'm feeling confident. I try my best not to overthink, because that's when, you know, you just mess up the call. Hey, oh, hi. Wow, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is so-and-so with such and such. Anyway, I've done a lot of experiments with it. Like, I literally have seen differences in how I'm speaking, and even my mood, my very mood. When I'm in a good and joyful mood, I have better results, or at least more friendly responses. Because I've done some days where the entire day, the entire list of one whole day of calling is like rude, no, don't call again. Like, and you know, I kind of get all that stuff too, because I'm kind of that way with, you know, telemarketers and stuff. And that's the thing I hate about it, is I hate telemarketers, but here I am having to be a telemarketer essentially. But I'm learning a lot through it, is what I'm trying to say, and I'm experimenting, and I've seen results of changing things up. And I try to wear a nice, I got this from a sales buddy. He's like, dude, when you sit down to make your calls, dress to impress. Yeah, they're not going to see you, they don't see you, but dress like a professional. Don't just wake up and do this in your underwear. You know, dress up. And he doesn't mean suit and tie or anything like that, but I do put on a polo shirt, and again, like, I'm fully clothed. Maybe not shoes, but I'm fully clothed. I try to sit at the table. And the way if they were able to see me when I'm making these calls, the way I'm sitting there at the table, I'm sitting there as if I am, like, imagining they are actually sitting across from me at the table. That's how I'm sitting there, in a, you know, upright, confident position, not overbearing or anything. I don't mean it like that. Like, you know, I'm not trying to look aggressive or anything, but I'm trying to look like I'm in a professional meeting or something like that when I make these calls, but in a very joyful, happy way, if that makes sense. Anyway, so business ownership, it's been weird. It's been very weird. And yeah, difficult. Man, so difficult. So right now, another thing is, I have some folks elsewhere in the state helping me with, they're going to help me with building a website, a proper website, and the marketing, you know, web presence in general. Yeah. So, first thing is building the website. Second thing is getting people to it, you know, and each job we do, I can send them videos, photos, before and after, whatever, you know, all that stuff, and they can make blog posts out of that, or with those, and they can, you know, do their thing. They specialize in, you know, all the online marketing stuff, SEO, search engine optimization, you know. I could either, and down the road, I might even do pay-per-click, or, I don't know, I'll do that according to how things go in business and stuff, of course. But, anyway, they do all that online marketing stuff as well, obviously, to get people to the website. And yeah. And you have your sales funnels or whatever the heck. I don't care to. I kind of did a little bit of that a couple years ago, and man, I did not find any of that fun. Anyway, that's all stuff I really don't care to get too far into, is the online marketing and stuff like that. But I'm also looking at possibly starting like a t-shirt thing, like an apparel thing down the road maybe. But anyway, Crawl Team 6 is my business name. Crawl Team 6. CT6. Yes, it came from the name of SEAL Team 6. U.S. Navy SEAL Team 6. They are, I think it's safe to say, they're very well known, extremely famous, especially since they were attributed to killing Osama bin Laden. That was SEAL Team 6. Anyway, I literally, a few years ago is when I thought of this business name. And it all came from just talking with my old crew at one of the companies that I used to work for. We were in the office one day talking, like, what if we started our own business together? The 3 or 4 of us, however many it was at that time. What if we started our own business, man? What would we even call it? How would we do that? Yada, yada, yada. It was just throwing out thoughts. That's all it was at the time. But, anyway, I literally just, I don't even know how, but it just came to me. The name came to me. I was like, yeah, we should call ourselves Crawl Team 6. And they laughed and said, that's actually pretty awesome. And I loved it, personally. They loved it at the time. Anyway, jump forward like 3 years or so, I decided to actually use that business name, and it was available and all that stuff, obviously. So yeah, I used that name. Now, I did not serve in the U.S. military, and that's super important to say, I feel, because some people might see or hear the name and just maybe assume that it's veteran owned or something. Nope. However, I am a patriot, so I can maybe say patriot owned. Anyway, nonetheless, it's a cool name and nothing more. Plus, the way I see it is, I would like to make this business. I would like to become the best of the best in the crawl space moisture control world in the upstate of South Carolina. So that's another reason why it makes sense to me to have a name like Crawl Team 6. Now, some people may have no idea what that is, and that's fine. We can educate them. But yeah. And also, because of the name, it made sense to me to make it kind of militarized in its appearance. Like a good friend of mine, artist, did the logo for me, and it's kind of military looking with like the stars and bars and stuff. Hold on. Let me just pull a card out with the big fat logo on it. So there we go. Crawl Team 6, Crawl Space Moisture Control. So it's very militarized, in its appearance. And again, hopefully that doesn't. All along this journey, I've actually been a little bit weary of like veterans going, what's up with all the tactical look or military look if you didn't serve, yada yada yada. But I've got an overwhelmingly good response, including from veterans. Now, mind you, I haven't come across any Navy SEALs, but I don't think they would have an issue with my name. I don't know why they would, but anyway, yeah. Crawl Team 6. It's been difficult. It's been quite the journey trying to do this, and my hardest part is getting over that threshold of, getting enough work to be able to pay for full-time help. And I think I'll just 1099 my helpers, because that would be best for both sides in every way, as far as I see it, for what we do. Anyway, 1099, but I need to get over that threshold and get more consistent work coming in, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. That's the part that's been hard. And, not being able to pay for, again, the work's not been consistent enough to pay enough for good marketing to get me more work consistently coming in. So it's kind of like, I've described it to some people as like, I'm between a rock and a hard place, or another way I've described it is like, shut up. My car's beeping at me. It's like, I don't know if I need an egg to hatch a chicken, or if I need a chicken to lay an egg. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I'm right there in the in-between of, I don't have a chicken or an egg right now, but I need both. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, it's been interesting and difficult, but fun. I find the process fun. I find, and I am super, super stubborn. So I'm not going to just hang it up when I have a bad month. I'm not going to just give up when I have a bad month. I'm far too stubborn for that. In fact, I may have been a little too stubborn in some ways, because I've had some people have to tell me, like, bro, it's okay to go and get a job while you're still trying to grow this. Anyway, so I've been trying to get more and more work with buddies in particular. With friends, with contractor buddies that I know. I've gotten some side work with them. And that's where I'm headed right now. I'm actually going to aerate 2 different properties. Totally different than anything we've ever done, but my friend here is just like me. If he can get the job and it's something he knows how to do, he'll take it. And that's where I'm at right now. I'll take it. Did some drywall. Did a couple different decks in the last few weeks. Wow. Woodworking projects. Man, we're all over the place right now I'm all over the place right now with jobs that I've recently done. So, yeah, it's fun though. And here's the most important part, is it's keeping me busy. However, the issue with that is I don't have the time to focus on getting my next job for the business, for Crawl Team 6. With all of this time I'm putting into all these side jobs, the decks and the woodworking and all the little things we're doing and tinkering with, and I'm getting paid for, don't get me wrong, but I'm also not getting more work for me, for my business, while I'm doing that. So, there's that. I did get one job for myself, which is coming up this Saturday. It's now Wednesday. So I did get one job sprinkled in, which again came from actually a yard sign. Guy saw a yard sign, but anyway, yeah. So I wanted to share this video though, just kind of put it out there, because I know that there are tons of resources out there. I have talked to networking. That's another thing. Another huge thing is networking. I've done so much of that. I have met so many contractors in the last 7 months. Electricians, plumbers, HVAC guys. Every time I meet one, I'm like, hey, let's exchange info. This is what I do. Here's my card. Let's do this. I would love to give your stuff out, and I will. If I get a chance, if I know a customer that needs this done or needs that, or if I see stuff, because that's what I do, every home we do, I inspect. And if I happen to see plumbing issues or electrical issues or HVAC issues, guess what I do? Yes, I bring it to their attention, and then I would love to be able to refer you. Would you be okay with that? However, I would also kind of expect you to do the, give me a favor back. I pat your back, you pat mine, that kind of thing. Otherwise, this is a waste of my time and effort. But the way I see that, it comes down to me. I can never and would never, in exchanging, info like that with other contractors, why would I expect them to be the one to refer me to someone? No, I'm going to be the first one to refer them so that they see, oh, he actually referred me. Then they're that much more likely to refer us for moisture stuff. You know what I mean? So it's on me. If I'm actually trying to network with someone, oh nice. If I'm actually trying to network with someone, it's on me to be the first guy to. In fact, to me, it's almost a race. I met a plumber months ago. I've referred him like 4 or 5 times already. And this was a guy who came to do some work at my parents' house. And, I was telling him what I did and vice versa. He works for a company, but he's like, man, I've been thinking about going on my own for a while. But, it's just scary, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yeah, I get it. It took me 3 years to finally do it. So yeah, we had good conversations, and he gave me his card, and we exchanged info and all that stuff. But again, he's working for a company, and he wants to go out on his own. So I took that and went, well, so you do side work? He's like, yeah, I would do side work for sure. I do some. And I was like, okay, well, that's how you start. You start by getting side work. Like, that's how I started. You start by getting side work, and then you realize along the way, like, oh, yeah, I could do this. Side work, it's pretty easy. Now, there's a lot more to it. Into a business, it's a little different than just doing side work, but at the same time, that's kind of how my business has been running since February. Almost like we're just doing side work. But anyway, I've referred him out now. Not his business, not his company, but just him, his personal info. And he's like, he messaged me one day like, dude, I didn't expect you to actually refer me. And I was like, man, I told you I would. I'm not going to tell you I would refer you if I'm not going to refer you. Especially in your situation, I am all for you being able to start your own business and do this. Like, heck, man, if I ever need help on a job and you're available, would you want me to even reach out to you to see if you'd help me? And he's like, oh, no, I don't want to do that work. He doesn't want to do the moisture work, which I don't blame him for. Most folks don't. It takes a special kind of person to do this. But anyway, and that's the other thing. I need to be able to get out of doing the work myself so that I can focus on that next job, that next sale after that one. Okay, next sale again, so on and so forth. The businessy stuff and the sales stuff, and eventually not even have to worry about that. Eventually hire a salesman, or I know plenty of salesmen, and some of which might even come to work for me, assuming I'd be able to pay them. And pay them, what would get them to work for me. Anyway, it's just so weird trying to figure out the order in which to do things. Again, do I need an egg or do I need a chicken? So if you have any ideas, I know this is a long video probably. I don't even Wow, 35 minutes almost. Okay, well, I did not intend it being that long, but if you watch this video for any reason and you have any ideas, you know what I should do, and you have some expertise in business ownership or any of this stuff, and you know, what do I need? Do I need an egg, or do I need a chicken? Which comes first? I don't know. If you have any ideas, please comment down below and let me know. Say, Derek, hey, I'm so-and-so, I do this, whatever. Let me know down below. Appreciate it. God bless and have a great day.